Next, we'll turn to Mr. Bradley Whitford, well-known Broadway and TV actor who is probably best known for his role, of course, on The West Wing. Mr. Whitford studied theater and English literature at Wesleyan University. Dr. Fava went to school.
Illinois.
Same Wesleyan?
No,
To the
Connecticut.
other one.
Different Wesleyan.
Yeah.
Different one.
Oh, where's yours?
Connecticut?
Oh, okay. And then earned a master's degree in theater from the Juilliard Theater Center. And again, Mr. Whitford, thank you very much for being here and for your testimony. And please proceed.
Well, thank you, Senator Harkin. On behalf of the acting president of the United States, I want to thank you for your support on this issue. Autism is not a disease that any beloved celebrity is going to come down with. And I know that sometimes it seems as if celebrity has no place in discussions of priorities, but I hope you will forgive it because these children have no voice, and it seems inappropriate use of the attention that actors get to bring voice to them. I came to this cause when my college roommate, movie producer John Shestak, and his wife Portia Iverson had their son Dove diagnosed with autism and founded the amazing advocacy group Cure Autism Now, which is known lovingly as CAN. CAN recently merged with Autism Speaks, founded, as you know, by Bob and Suzanne Wright, and I just want to take a moment to say that I know you're aware of the urgency here, but I want you to express to your colleagues the incredibly proactive nature of the autism community, and it's the most heroic response to personal devastation that I have seen in John's family, to not only take care of their family but to reach out and help others. And I know that there's a great return on whatever investment is made in autism research and treatment. Autism Speaks is going to make sure that all Americans, and certainly all of our elected officials, understand the urgency of this problem. As my friend John has said many times, it's as if 1 in 150 American children was being kidnapped. What would this Congress do if that was the case? What must it do to deal with these sad facts as they truly are? I know the enormous burden of your high office means you must bear a certain stoicism. I also know that most senators are parents and grandparents. Portia has written a book about Dove called Strange Son. Here's how she describes the kidnapping. It was his mind they came for. They came to steal his mind. Before anyone gave it a name, even before I knew what it was, I knew it was in our house. They were very, very dark things, and there was no way to get rid of them. When I closed my eyes, I felt their shadows passing over me. I didn't like to think about where they came from or where they were going. It was too frightening. Dove was only a baby, and something was trying to steal him away. I knew that that was what they did whenever I accidentally fell asleep. Night after night, I sat beside his crib. I knew he was slipping away from us, away from our world, and there was nothing I could do to stop it from happening. And there was nothing anybody could do, they told me. So I did the only thing I could. I guarded him, although I knew it would do no good, because I could not guard his mind. And then, one day, it happened. He was gone. It is even more than just a tragedy for these kids, many of whom, like Dove, we now know to be of extraordinary intelligence, but trapped in bodies which do not allow them to effectively communicate or interact with the rest of us. It's also a tragedy for our families and for our country. A mother of an autistic child recently told me through her tears that she had been forced to abandon her beloved life's work as a nurse, not mainly to give her more time with her autistic child, but rather to purposely make her family poor enough to qualify for the payment of some of the services her child so desperately needs. She had said, the one thing I won't do, even though I have friends who have, is get divorced just to qualify for additional benefits. And then there are the cases which don't make national news, but which echo loudly among people in the autistic community. About once a month, somewhere in America, the father of an autistic child kills the child and himself to end the despair. Yet, despite all of this, there is some genuinely good news. The unanimous passage at the end of last year of the Combating Autism Act by both houses of Congress can be an historic turning point. The Act contains, for the first time, specific authorizations of appropriations to combat a single disease, including biomedical research, public awareness, and consolidation and coordination of federal efforts to ensure the early diagnosis of kids with autism, so they can get, when it matters most, the interventions that can give them the best possible quality of life. Now the burden falls on you. I know you have many important matters before you. I also know that none is more important than this. In no other case do you have the opportunity and responsibility to fulfill the commitment made by this historic piece of legislation. These are our most vulnerable citizens. It is our obligation to make them realize their potential and to make their voices heard. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Whitford, thank you very much.
Imagine a child's hug. Imagine their smiles, their laughter, their first words. Imagine all that fading away. Imagine a child unable to reach out and communicate with those who love him most. This is autism, and it affects 55 new children a day. Cure Autism Now is teaming up with Checkers and Rallies to fund essential medical research. So visit your local Checkers or Rallies today and help us bring those children back.